Hello, this is Dr. Mirza Wasim Hussain, and today we are going to discuss history of computers. The history of computers dates very long back. People in the primitive times used stones, sticks, bones, grains, or even marking of the objects for counting purpose. In this lecture, we tried to summarize various apparatus or devices used for calculations, as the primary motivation or motive of computers is to perform calculations. Let's discuss the abacus. Abacus. Abacus was invented by the Chinese before almost around 400 years ago. And this abacus consists of a wooden rack. This is a wooden rack with some metal rods with beads mounted on it. To perform calculations, these beads were moved from one rod to other based on some principle to perform arithmetic calculations. Still, this abacus is being widely used in countries like Japan, Russia, or China. Moving to Napier bones, it was John Napier who invented this manually calculating devices. It consists of 9 ivory or bones marked with the number to perform the multiplication or division, and this was the first device that could perform calculation on decimal points. These are the ivory or bones that have been marked with the numbers. Moving to the next, Pascaline or arithmetic machine or adding machine. It was invented by the French mathematician and philosopher named as Blaise Pascal. It consists of a wooden box, and it is believed to be a first mechanical or automatic calculator. It consists of wooden box, wheels and gears, and a series of windows. When a simple wheel was revolved once, it used to move its neighboring wheel and used to display the result on these windows. A series of numbers on these windows used to give the sum or total. Now moving to Stephen Records or Liber's wheel. This was it was Gottfried who further improved the Pascal's invention or Pascal's machine, replacing gears with the floating drums. These gears were replaced by the fluid drums. And differential engine. It was Charles Babbage, known as the father of the modern computers, who designed a mechanical machine to perform calculations. This device was powered by steam. It was driven by the steam to perform calculations. Rather than performing a simple calculation, it solved a table of numbers, like we have a logarithm table. Then analytical engine. Charles Babbage performed further improvements in differential engine and moved to analytical engine. It was known to be a mechanical computer that used punch card as an input. The first input was used as a punch card, and it had a capability of storing and solving the mathematical problem on permanent basis. That it had a permanent storage capacity. And moving to the tabling machine, this was invented by the American Sastiel Hammond Hollerith, and this was the first mechanical machine that can used with a punch card. It had a capability. It was an improvement of an analytical engine. It had with the capability to tableize statistical. It could use a tableized results. And it could record or sort the information, and this machine was first used for the census purpose by the US in 1890. It was the Horvath who started the company named with the Horvath tabling machine, which was later named by IBM. It was later named to IBM. That's International Business Machine, the famous company nowadays. And then further improvement was differential analysis. Further improvement were made by the Vannevar Bush It was known to be the first electronic computer that was introduced in the United States, and it used vacuum tubes to switch electric signals to perform the calculation. To perform the calculations, the vacuum tubes were used first in this differential analyzer, and it could do almost 25 calculations in few minutes, and that was a major advancement. And the Mark III was a major advance in that changed the history of computers. It was Howard Orkin who planned to build a machine that could perform the calculations on the large number. In the earlier times, we couldn't perform the calculations on the large number, but it was Howard Orkin, who planned to perform or build a computer that will perform calculations on a large number. So, with the joint partnership between the IBM and Harvard, the Mark I computer was built, and it was the first computer which was the first programmable digital computer. That is, we could program it. Before this, none of the computers were able to program, but this was the first programmable digital computer that can be programmed. History doesn't stop here. Nowadays we have moved to an advanced stage with almost 200 petaflops of calculation, that is 2 into 10 raised power 17 floating point operations per second are performed. Further discussion on advance of computers will be discussed in next lecture, that is in generation of computers. These are the sources that we consulted for our discussion. Thank you.